Hello, I am sorry I am not there again today. I am sure you are all very, very sad that I'm not there. But I've been having some health issues. I should be there by Wednesday. If you have any questions, you can email me and I will email you back. But I want you guys to all watch, well, really there's nothing to watch, but listen to the directions for your next speech, because I want your topic. You're going to bring that to class on Wednesday, and I'm going to give you some time in class to work on it. Okay, so here are the guidelines. This is the speech that we are doing research on. And so remember I told you that we would never have that much research when we did a speech, and we're not, but you have to have it in there. This is an informative speech, 3 to 5 minutes, with one source and one visual aid. So let me go over that, okay? You must have, for your topic, it is just informative. You can inform about anything you want as long as it is something you can research and something you have to have credibility on. Okay, so think about the topics that you've done, because you cannot do a speech on a topic of anything that you've already done. So for example, if you've already done a speech about the sport you play, then you cannot do a speech over that again. So make sure whatever topic you choose is a topic you have credibility with. What I see a lot with this speech, and you don't have to do this, but if you have any sort of illness or have anybody in your family with anything, I see that a lot. You know, for example, if you have been through a certain kind of cancer, or have somebody that, you know, has gone through a certain kind of cancer and you know a lot about it, then you can do that. I've had parents who've had children who have had an issue and have written about, you know, whatever issue it is with that kid, you know, such as, you know, Asperger's syndrome, or, you know, anything like that. I've seen, you know, people do things that have inflicted their family members, their, you know, parents or grandparents, and you don't have to do that at all. But you have to do something that you can relate to, because you have to have that credibility in your introduction. You also have to make sure that it's something that you can write without having to research. Now, this is not a story-type speech. This is more of an academic-based speech. So you can do places that you've been, if you know all about it. I'm leaving for Disney World soon. I even have my little Mickey Mouse here as my person, because believe me, you don't want to see me right now. You do not want me to be the one on camera. So I could give my speech over Disney World, but I'd want to make sure I narrowed it down. I wouldn't tell you about every single park that was there. I wouldn't say, so today I want to tell you about the 4 parks at Disney World. I would narrow that down, and I would pick one park, and I would tell you about 3 or 4. You're going to have 3 or 4 key points with this. So you will have, I would do the one park with the 3 or 4 things, and I'd want to make sure they're parallel. So I could say, so today I want to tell you about Hollywood Studios and the rides, the food, and the shows. And so that would be what my speech would be about. So if you want help with topics, just email me. But what you guys it's going to be due on Wednesday is your topic ideas written down. Have 2 or 3 of them written down, and I want to know why you want to do this topic. Make sure it is not persuasive. All you're doing is to inform. On the source, you're going to have just one source, and it must be credible, meaning that it cannot be Wikipedia. You never, ever, ever use Wikipedia. We're going to talk more about sources, and I'm actually going to give you time Wednesday to find your source. So I'll talk more about that on Wednesday. But for your source, you will be properly citing it at the bottom of your plan page, and you will be attributing that source in your speech. So for example, let's say you find something on Newsweek magazine. You would simply say, according to Newsweek magazine, it states that, and give your quote. And you're only going to do that once. So that is why I say that the research in this is minor. So you cannot rely on research to write this speech. So it must be in there. It is very minimal. We'll talk more about that on Wednesday. The main concern I have right now is you getting your topic. So now another thing, the last thing I want to address here is your visual aid. You have to do a multimedia presentation, which is pretty much a PowerPoint. You are going to have 5 to 7 slides, and it must be a combination of pictures and text. So you want to use a background. You don't want to use a dark background with dark font. Make sure it's easy to read. Make sure it is not busy. And these are all things that we will start talking about on Wednesday. So if you want to go ahead and start working on something, one, email me and get your topic approved first. Because on plan page day, on Friday, is when you'll bring all this in. This is why I wanted to put this up so you guys can get started on it. Your visual aid is due as well. So you have to save it to a flash drive. So make sure that you're bringing it in on a flash drive, because that will be due Friday, October 10th. So what I want you guys to do between now and Wednesday is have a topic idea. And if you want to get started on it, then email me with any questions. And I know this is a very, very brief overview of it, but you have time this class period to watch this again if you need to, listen to it again if you need to. Go start researching topics, email me, get topic ideas, and you just write it like any other speech, except you just don't do a first-person narrative type story. This is not a story speech. So I am going to put an example of an informative speech up here in Moodle for you to watch, so you can get an idea of a visual aid. So after this is over, please play that and watch that, and then go and research topics. Email me your topic. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you on Wednesday.